Phrygian Valley, middle of Turkey, about an hour and a half south of Eskişehir. And we're taking a look at what appears to be road tracks, which in and of itself isn't that amazing until you realize everything is stone. And the cart tracks are even and perfect as if a cart went through here. And as even if the sides of the track scraped along here. I'm sure there's many more tracks, but there is actually earth on it. Here's some place where the earth has been removed. And once the earth is gone, they find there's road tracks in the stone. Because we're kind of following the road direction here. From back there, we're kind of feeling like it's on the path. Oh my, come take a look at this. Oh my. You see the road path there? Look at that. With scrape marks, like here, all the way up the stone. Stuff coming through.
It's almost like that stone started that tall and they used this path so much that they've carved a channel out as the generations used it.
Yeah, well, how many times do you have to drive over this to scrape to wear it out that much?
This is 10 feet for sure.
10 feet for sure. Okay, how do you argue this is not a cart? How do you argue this is not a path? Wow. We can see the exact wheel width here. I feel like it has been soft. It's like the one wheel ran here and the next time it was here and it sunk a little deeper. You know what I mean? Like it's like it was all mucky or something. But even if it was mud at one time, how would the mud stand this high straight up without slinking in, right? Also strange. Huh. Wowzers. Oh.
This finally got so deep they had to
There's
start.
Tracks on the high road too. Okay, guys, enough of taking that low road. Look at that. Look at this. Yes. Ultimately, this is another path, yet even down here. We just can't see the track because it's full of sand. But it feels like it's the same width of a track, doesn't it? Yeah, you can see the track marks hinting through there. Wow. Huh. Or one, see, it's almost as if it's fresh. Oh, one time the cart went this way and smushed through. Eh? Doesn't it almost look like a one-time crossover-ish?
You would have to perfectly cross over how many times to get that?
A million. So it's not, I don't think it's because it was, yes, I think it was used many times, but I don't think it wore out this deep because it was used a million times. It's almost like it mucked and schmucked. That doesn't make any sense either, though, does it?
It's so deep.
Right? I think we will make the same conclusion as everyone else. This is not a natural phenomenon. What do you think?
Unquestionable, I think. As to how this happened, like, it's like tree rings almost. Like, you know, how many generations per scrape height?
Oh, I wasn't expecting it to be such a deep path. That's even mind-boggling. Who would drive through a path this deep if it was this mucky and soft? What would continue to drive through something this? The scraping is very almost not quite even, but definitely. What would scratch stuff on the side? Like a cart full of branches? Like it would have to be something.
The cart edge itself? I don't know. Metal cart? Oh, I don't know. And I don't see, maybe, I feel like if it was a cart pulled by an animal, we would see much more wear in the
We should see hoof tracks.
Right. But and I'm not saying it's not pitted, but
Yeah.
not to the extent that given the wheel, impressions, I would have expected.
Let's take a look at these impressions to see, was anything pulling this cart, or are these just wibbly wombs? Because
Maybe it was pulled by two animals and they ran
Right.
they ran closer to the cart. We're just seeing the sides of them.
Like, could that be a foot mark? And a foot mark? Not necessarily seeing a repeating pattern on that yet. As if there was a cart and it was loaded full of junk and it had stuff overhanging and it went through a big blob of mud and... I mean, that's what it looks like, except it's stone. That's where you start scratching your head.
Because the friction it would take to carve this into the rock, you couldn't physically, I don't think, pull a cart through the space and create that, and enough friction to be slowly carving it over time. You would go somewhere easier. You would take a path that your cart wasn't dragging on things,
Oh, I see.
And who would push through all that extra friction just to take this path instead of
the high
unless
road.
I don't know, an easier path. I don't know.
Right?
Surely with that amount of friction,
this would be an easier path.
Right.
And yet that path, what do they need to bring from there to there? The conclusion is this is not natural. It's definitely a cart. There are definitely parallel wheel lines going straight through here. And it's almost like this was saw. I don't know. If you see even here, see how it pillows up on that side and pillows up on that side? As if like you were going into mud and it squished up. I'm not saying that's the case, but there is a bit of a billow here and here on either side as if it... But it's so old. Who's to say? After looking around this site for an hour or 2 hours now, our conclusion is it is definitely not artificial. Or it is definitely from some sort of cart with wheels. But as to when and where and why and how and why it's so deep into this groove, our minds are boggled.